So I like to start. So I like to start out these sessions just with lies.
How fucking dare you?
You're getting into character for where we're at.
What is truth and what is lie? All right. So we'll start out this session with another question. I'm going to ask each of you about your characters.
And what have you done with my daughter?
Yes. What does your character fight for?
Hope for?
Fight for.
Fight for.
Fight for.
Yeah, so think about that. We'll start this time with Nicholas. What does Nicholas fight for?
Give me some time to think about it. Okay, let's start.
Well, I figure for him it might be more obvious, but...
yeah. I think, I would say it's pretty obvious. He's fighting to earn his family back, basically. So much has happened that he's just trying to crawl back.
Alrighty. What about Luca?
I would say that Luca fights because it's the only thing she knows.
Yeah.
Hashtag I'm 13 and this is
Straight from her upbringing.
Yeah, especially spending so much time as a mercenary and in the military in different respects. Like, it's just sort of second nature to her.
Yeah.
What about Thaddeus?
Oh, that's what happened.
Thaddeus, I think, at his core, what he embodies, what he fights for, is the truth, and that the public have a right to know the truth. Always, and that he will fight to deliver that, and he also fights personally for personal truth, not just truth as an ideal in general, but for truth in his own story and family, the truth of what happened.
Yeah. Awesome. What about Remy? What does Remy fight for?
I think after entering this new, world, I guess, New World Order, he's a little broken, I would say, because he's a psychiatrist. He wanted to make order out of chaos, and that's why he helped people, but literally throwing the entire world into chaos, he doesn't know what to do, and so he's currently fighting for survival at this point. He values everyone he's with, but he doesn't know right now. He's just kind of lost and just trying to figure things out.
Oh yeah, that definitely makes sense. And what about Benji? What does Benji fight for?
Benji, and he has for a long time, been fighting for his motherfucking life.
It's hard in these streets.
Yeah, it's just survival, I think. Ever since he kind of did what he did and ran away, everything's just been about survival much. I mean, living in the woods, hiding away from major civilization just for the sake of being left alone, really. Every day he had to try to just do survival shit.
Yeah, fighting for survival. Why don't we hear from Kaji? What is Kaji fighting for?
Kaji doesn't know anymore. His initial objective was to avenge his family, which was done, and then after that, the next objective was to help the group prevent this terrible thing, which he kind of failed awfully at. So now he doesn't know. He's just kind of wandering. I think right now what's going through his head is the most immediate thing is solving this mystery of his daughter and this whole thing. But I think in terms of how Kaji's thinking, and this might just be the detective in him speaking, he's just trying to solve one more mystery at a time. And I think he's at the point where if he runs out of mysteries and it's the end of the road, he's kind of ready to just accept that fact. Because as of right now, he's got nothing, basically.
Yeah. And you guys have
So
sort of gone on this mission, and maybe you had questions to begin with, but like it feels like only more and more questions are arising the further deep you travel. Not only with the tower, but also in terms of like Kaji's daughter. Like, was she actually there? Was she an illusion of some kind? Did she separate from you like you told her to, and then this figure imitated her? Was she always an imitation? There's a lot in the air right now.
Yeah, last session was crazy. I was rereading the notes to remind myself. I forgot.
yeah, last session was nutso.
Especially with Thaddeus coming in clutch a second time. The lamp
Yeah,
of
the rolls.
Constantine.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right. The
OP.
lamp.
That lamp
Yeah.
is so busted.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
And now now Kaji knows its name after Thaddeus revealed it. That
Oh,
lamp-
that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
But yeah, we left off last time with this figure, this demon god, Adramelech, reaching out. After you had exposed this burning white flame to him, his form had erupted and exposed him as a deceiver, masquerading himself in Mika's appearance. And in this moment, when he's reaching out to try to grab the lamp of Constantine from you, we cut to somewhere else. We see this, like, place of infinite blackness, this, like, vast pool of, like, depths unknown, just seeping to the edge of either side of our frame. And within it, this solitary figure illuminated amidst this vast place of darkness. We see Dr. Remington Crenshaw.
There.
After the that wave of darkness had washed over you, you find yourself now in this space of infinite black. And standing there for just a few moments, all you hear is the sound of something approaching from a distance away.
I think Remy turns in the direction that he hears the sounds approaching. Just patiently waits.
It sounds like a human, or something bipedal at least. And as we see this figure, it's at first a silhouette, and then it becomes more and more clear. You see tattered clothing. You see this, like, bulbous eel-like flesh instead of human flesh along its arms and around its neck as it begins to get closer and closer to our light. And we see instead of a face, it just has multiple tendrils seeping forth down from its face along its neck into a part on its back. And we immediately recognize this figure as Togarini.
He always have a Hawaiian shirt.
It's a bloodied version of Remy's shirt from his art.
Okay.
Yeah, it does look like a Hawaiian shirt. What do you do?
I think somewhat nervously, because he doesn't think of himself as completely evil, but he also recognizes that, like, it seeps out sometimes. He just nervously says, Togarini, I presume.
And in response, you don't hear language or, like, speech, but you just feel this intensity. This aura of vile darkness that washes over you, this, like, pain, this fear. And it starts to become a bit overpowering. Both of your wills kind of juggling each other for dominance in this moment. I'll have you roll a Lost Divinity roll.
Okay. Lost.
I remember what that does.
Where is Lost Divinity? Oh, there it is. Middle of the road.
Okay. As soon as you ask this figure, are you Togarini? It extends a hand towards you and touches your shoulder with this like mass of tendrils that are coming forth from its shirt. And you just see flashes just in quick succession of all the evils you have done in your life. You see images of the newspaper with Georgina Willis's death. You see the elderly patient that also perished driving her car into Ridgeview Psychiatric Hospital, who was once in your care. You see various like little comments, little digs that you made towards patients and towards students that may have in some way driven them towards darkness or towards despair. And these happen in quick succession as you both wrestle for dominance. But you face your darkness in this moment. You face Togarini. And even if you realize Togarini will always have some hold on you, you exert control over him in this moment. And you're going to gain a divine insight. Why don't you roll 1d10?
9.
9. So confronting your inner darkness, confronting Togarini in this way, and gaining control, you discover a fact about the illusion that you hadn't known before. What's called a divine insight. And in this moment, just sort of merging with his consciousness as much as he is with yours, you realize that material possessions are often chains that tie you down and distractions that keep you occupied. You see how hollow a lot of these distractions are. And materialism begins to disgust you. You almost see people obsessed with consumerism as bees gathering infertile nectar for a hive, or primates fighting over glass pearls with other primates. And you're going to increase your sanity score by 2.
Ooh.
Whoa! That's cool.
Okay. How do I edit this? Do I need to do a pencil? Oh, I have to do pencil first. I think Remy recognizes he's sort of winning battle for control and like smirks a little bit. He loses some of the fear that was, originally plaguing his thoughts, and he's like, "You showed me images of my past, and truth be told, I don't know if you were part of me before or you've always been a part of me, but the things I've did, I can't change those. And you are trying to exert control over me by making me feel guilt or somehow insinuating that you drove me to do those things, and that's not the case. So stand down. This is my body, Togarini.
This is my house.
And you're gonna listen to me. This is my house.
I am the captain now.
And I sort of like try to force him to his knees. Like if he puts his hand on my shoulder, like I will grasp his shoulder and like make him kneel.
Yeah, it's almost like this strange, like, reverse Lovecraftian moment here as you push him down on the ground, and instead of this eldritch entity absorbing you, you extend your hand and you see that its tendrils begin to be sucked up into your flesh until it's nothing
Yo,
more
can I have
than
a
just
yo?
blood
Can I have a
clots.
tattoo under my arm now? Of like a tendril that's wrapping
that'd be
around it.
Yeah,
sick.
that's sick. I like that.
Oh, okay. Actually, it's not a tattoo.
That tattoo.
I would say it's like a scar or something, or like a
Yeah, maybe just like
you know, like when lightning strikes and it leaves like a mark.
yeah.
It's like something
the
like that.
Liechtenstein marks.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah.
I was almost
hot,
gonna say
dude.
like grafted flesh. Like you can tell it's not the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
Like the same
It's
color.
like it's like a you know how like if you get intense burn, you have to get skin graft
Yes,
and like
yeah.
it's hard. Yeah. That.
I was imagining like Death Eater tattoo, but that also works.
I was just imagining that you lose control of your arm entirely. Like it's just defunct now. Like you just can't use it.
Oh, I thought you were
'cause
gonna
he
say
won.
it's just Togarini and like there's like two arms,
Reverse
like one
power
for each.
gaming.
Your arm is Togarini. Little sock.
It's just his body coming out of his arm. Yeah, you see this like spiral of skin that is like of a different coloration from the rest of your skin that wraps up your forearm all the way to your bicep and up to your shoulder blade. And we see this dark glimmer in your eyes as you absorb him completely.
And I would say that as you like see him like fuse into my arm, you hear Remy say, "This is my house, but I will allow you to stay for the time being." And he closes his fist like as he finishes like absorbing Togarini.
Oh shit!
My house, fool.
What a cool moment.
That's big.
And we cut from there
Absorbed his demons.
to a similar dark chamber that seems to extend infinitely into the horizon. Imagine almost like those scenes of Eleven from Stranger Things, when she's communicating psychically over vast distances. It's just this endless pool, infinite pool of black. And similarly, we see Benji alone amidst this darkness. And similar to Remy, you hear the sound of something approaching you from the distance, but unlike Remy, this doesn't sound like a bipedal form. It sounds like 4 limbs are impacting the watery abyss below. Almost like a bear or a wolf. Just padding towards you in the distance. What do you do? Benji?
I gotta look around, kind of examine my surroundings. There's just kind of nothing there, you're saying?
Yeah, it's just an expanse of black, and you just hear the sound of something approaching you from the distance.
All right. Yeah, I guess I would probably just cast Roots That Reap and surround myself with it.
Okay. Yeah, you see these roots that come up through the black waters beneath you and start to surround you in this perimeter. And you see as this figure begins to approach, like bits of its form are revealed as the light begins to hit it from the front. You see it's this 4-legged creature, haunched over, that's crawling towards you, padding towards you through this dark space. You see its legs, instead of ending in paws or even like in hands if it was humanoid, end in like military grade weaponry. You see its 2 legs that it's coming towards you on both end in like what looks like half flesh and half metal from an M4 rifle. And you begin to hear metal screeching as it makes its way towards you. You see the flesh above these metallic guns leads up to a body of wood in spiral patterns, up to what looks like a wooden mask with one eye exposed, and just a back that is so chaotically transformed that it just looks like this mass of indiscriminate, ever-growing branches that extend upward about 3 or 4 feet off of its back, but ultimately twisting into this spiral. This is what you see coming towards you.
Oh, it's cute.
What the fuck?
The heck?
All right, I think I might try to be friends with it. It looks like a very nice guy. Looks just like a confused little wooden animal. Groot. This is Groot for all intents. Now that I can see it, I think he's a little bit less like tweaked out about it, but
Legion.
I think, yeah, I think he's actually okay right now. He's worked with dogs in his past. So, oh man, it's been such a long time since I heard the accent. Oh my, you're a really big fella, huh? Oh, who's a good boy? And like, kind of, I'll stand up and like try to, I guess like animal handling, basically. I don't know if there's a thing for that.
As it begins to approach, like testing the roots that reap to see if it can cross it, and then like skittishly moving back into the darkness. Hear the clanking of its metallic limbs, and you see along the flesh of its arms, before it turns fully into wood near its like upper body and its head, you see the moaning faces of your squad mates, like grafted on to that bit of flesh in between. You see the faces of the children, the Afghan children from that house, just moaning softly as it begins to maneuver its way around the roots that reap.
Oh god.
And it starts to get on its hind legs, like it's gonna jump over the roots and try to take a swipe at you.
Oh, don't do that.
Roll a Lost Divinity roll for me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, rabbit.
Okay. It launches itself over like some sort of great cat. It just pounces over the roots, and you see one of its like metallic limbs, this like body of an M4 grafted onto flesh, just swipes at you. And it knocks you in the face and almost sends you headlong into your own roots. But how do you get the upper hand on this creature? Because you somehow managed to overpower it.
I think anticipating its movement as it is acting very similar to, you know, a dog might be pouncing, or a cat. I'll kind of catch it by the chest and flip it over onto its back, and then try to start scratching its belly to come.
And in this weird way, it starts to submit to you. Kind of similar to how dogs will let you pet it in their underbelly when they are more submissive to you as an owner. Or they trust you, I should say, as an owner.
I'm gonna ask it, now why are you carrying my pain?
You see, as you start to pet it and just like soothe it, its form starts to diminish. In your hands, those roots start to extend into your own as if you're sort of cradling it away. And the longer you hold it, it just starts to diminish in size until it's just the size of a puppy that you hold in your hand. And now it's just this little wooden puppy that you hold in both your hands very gingerly. It's making these like mixes between like a bark and a whimper, but you can tell that it's more at peace now than it was previously.
What's a good boy?
You see it starts to curl up like it's gonna go to sleep. And I'll have you roll a d10 for your divine insight.
Oh.
Oh, this is a really interesting one. Okay. Gazing down at this puppy, you watch as this like innocent moment that you thought was just like cradling this puppy to sleep begins to sour as you see its form begins to rot. You see the decay, this power that you had possessed just takes it and rots the wood entirely until it's nothing more than just blackened, brittle wood. And then it just dissolves into dust in your hands. And you gather that your relationships often distract you from what may lead you towards higher insights. The need for friendships, companionships, and even love is something that actually pulls you down. It is time for you to cut these bonds. So you're going to increase your sanity score by 4.
Whoa.
But you're going to decrease your charisma by 2.
Oh.
As it now becomes harder for you to
Holy shit.
establish new relationships.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
So,
That started sounding like Loki's speech from Avengers. I liked it.
alright, I gotta figure out how to add things.
Damn, Tyler, you're doing some shit today, huh? Jesus.
Yep. All right. So finally, in this moment, as we see this form rotting away into darkness, and we see Benji gaining power over this creature in this chamber, we cut back to Thaddeus and Kaji
Uh-oh.
in this hallway of flesh. As Adramelech extends his hand and tries to grab the lamp from you. Thaddeus, I'll have you roll a d6 for initiative. I'm going to change the music real quick.
Oh. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
Do you not have your instant win recharged? You're fucked.
Just wait till I start the real rolls.
I'm waiting for it.
Saving the good ones.
You do still have the lamp's ability and your flash dimension ability that you can use, since you did take a long rest in the elevator. But it's a question of, do you want to use that resource now, or do you want to save it for later? You guys are going into this foreign territory filled with demons.
We better save that. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave it up to you, Thaddeus. Manny, it's all you.
As I'm going to introduce what perhaps could be one of the more deadly encounters of this entire tower.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
As soon as he
That's
begins
crazy.
to reach towards this this lamp, he's going to try to take it from you immediately, Thaddeus. I'm going to have you roll either an athletics or an acrobatics check against him to try to keep hold of it as he's going to try to grasp it from you.
We have insp right now.
Oh.
I'm
gonna
gonna
use
use
my-
luck this session.
Do yeah. Do
Yeah,
we-
yeah, you guys have luck.
I'm gonna
Take
use
my
mine.
luck. Take my luck.
I will use mine. You can keep your luck. I was already planning to use it.
you might-
but I
you might
appreciate
still
You might
need
need
it.
it. You might still need it.
You might need multiple people's luck. No, it's a D6, Vinny. You add a D6.
Oh, is that what
You
it
roll.
is for?
You roll a
Yeah.
d6.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
why
might
I was
be-
saying you might need multiple people's.
Take my luck too.
Take our luck.
Roll two
Tyler
more of
gave us
those.
the warning that this is one
Oh.
of the most dead. Okay,
Oh.
what are we at now? 15.
15.
Jose, you
Take mine.
said you gave
Take
him your
mine.
luck.
Take mine.
You could probably.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you have also mine as well. So
Oh my god.
We're at
17.
All right, relax.
you want to take mine or no?
Well, did he say what the? We don't know what the.
No, he
no, we
doesn't
don't
know.
know yet.
We don't know.
Take it.
All right, what's the total at now?
It's at 17. He's still pondering if he wants to take Chris's.
All right.
All right, roll one more.
Take Chris's.
All right, that's a 19.
Oh shoot!
He's rolling like shit today.
Alright.
so-
How about that part where I said gonna roll well when the battle started?
All right, so are you gonna go with a 19 total?
We have 19 total.
Okay.
Tyler's like, that's real unfortunate because it was a
Unfortunately.
32 this time.
No, it was a contested roll. So you beat him.
Oh, yes.
So he tries
By how
to
much?
grab it from you. He rolled a 12, so not that high.
Oh my god.
But you reach. He reaches towards you and attempts to grab the lamp from you. And in this moment, you realize if you lose this lamp, like this is such a
we're
useful
dead.
item. Yeah, you would be dead. Especially once you get to like the upper level, demons of this place. And all of a sudden, like much like in the same way that Thaddeus dispatched the shadow of Nahemoth, he just locks in, takes it, throws it in his bag, and just shoulders this figure who moves back towards the edge of this flesh wall. But as soon as this combat proper begins, you see peacock feathers begin to drift down in the air around you, accompanied by the sensation of being connected to countless eyes and multiple forms of perception around this chamber. Both of your perceptions become poisoned by astral contact, affected by this power that changes your perception not to expand it, but rather to splitting it into multiple points of focus, confounding your minds with maddening multiplicities. It's almost like trying to shoot a shot from a rifle just in a hall of mirrors. You have no idea where the correct form is, or whether you're going to hit yourself or your ally.
Can Thaddeus utilize his spatial awareness to mitigate some of the dampening on his perception?
Yes, so that's going to come into play here.
Yes.
So, the reason why this encounter is a little bit deadlier than anything you've encountered thus far is because it's not going to function like a regular combat. It's so fraught with deception and with spatial manipulation and with illusion that the resolution for each of the checks you're going to make is going to be slightly different.
Uh-oh.
But in this moment, I will have... We'll go to both of your turns next.
No, hang on. I didn't mean to click that.
Oh, no, you're good.
I like show descriptions. Oh, there we go.
As each, turn of combat, his form shifts entirely into something different. In this moment, this form that was, previously this, ash gray... Here, I'll show you guys what he looks like. This ash gray figure with these peacock feathers, each with eyes in the center of them, and this, third eye in the center of his forehead, but both of his human eyes shut. You see that form changes in an instant to this blazing inferno of fire, with the same face emblazoned in the center of it. And it's like this flaming tsunami that begins to expand itself to the cave walls. Mind you, both of you steel yourselves against this because you know that this has to have some level of illusion to it. But to what level is completely uncertain. We're going to start with Thaddeus.
Oh, man.
The way that we're going to resolve these turns if I can pull this up. There we go. These are going to be pools of d6s called power dice. So you're going to tell me what you're going to try to do. If you try to cast a spell or do something similar, the effect is going to be the same. You're still going to roll damage if you succeed. If you try to do some sort of action, you're still going to succeed if you roll successfully on this. But basically, you're going to get a d6 right off the bat for just staying alive. You're going to get a d6 if you find a way to discern truth from falsehood. So your spatial awareness, Vinny, will allow you to discern truth from falsehood. So you're going to get an additional d6.
Oh, cool.
And if you can add another d6
Huge.
if you call upon your lost divinity for power. But the problem is, if that's the highest number you roll in your pool, you immediately roll on your limitation for your lost divinity. So you can call upon it to help you, and you can also use luck dice as an additional d6 in this pool if you want. But based on the highest roll in your pool, different things will happen. I'll tell you this actually I won't mention anything yet. We'll figure this out as we go along, but Thaddeus, what would you like to do? And then we'll get your dice pool together.
I would like to utilize my power of enlightenment in this moment,
Okay.
which should be refreshed because we had a long rest, right?
Yep. So why don't you put that in the chat?
Oh, there's a way for me to. Let me just copy the important stuff.
Is that your that's your lost divinity, right?
That's his like special ability.
Yeah, like the power. Come on. There we
I've
go.
yet to use mine, I think.
Oh yeah, let me pull it up then. Let's see.
There we go. Sorry. Sorry for the novel.
Oh no, you're good. I forgot it was like a separate thing.
Yeah.
All right. So
I
you
gotta
are
roll-
gonna attempt to do this, right? I'll keep that in mind.
Yes.
Are you gonna attempt to unbind this creature from time, or would you like to use one of the other effects?
I wanted to use it to
Solve a puzzle via
learn
illusion.
about a weakness. Possibly solve a puzzle, illusion, a high power, and artifact. Just to learn more about him and potential weaknesses is the option I was looking at. But I guess I'll roll a lost divinity.
So you don't have to do that quite yet. So
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna get your dice pool together, right? So you get a d6 just off the bat. You get a d6 because you found a way to discern truth from lie. You're sort of using your spatial discernment to like properly place him. And you see amidst this towering inferno, there is a point of weakness, a point of truth by this image that he has projected his own face into it. You gather that's probably the sole bit of truth in this moment. And would you like to add an additional d6 and call upon your lost divinity for this? It'll be on top of using your lost divinity in the actual thing.
So what would this?
What would the
What happened?
upside of not using it?
Yeah, so essentially if that's the highest die you get, you'll immediately roll on your limitations. So there could be a situation where if you roll, say it's like a success, and you get a limitation, you could have to roll on it twice because you're already using your lost divinity like as part of what you want to do.
So this is like
okay.
a special situation that lets me use it a second time.
Yeah, but there's also the chance that
Potentially.
that die that you roll, because it's going to be rolled separately, is not the highest, so you won't roll on the limitations, but there's that little bit of risk. So with that in mind,
what would I be rolling right now if I want to do that?
so you got to
Again,
yeah, so you're going to roll your first two d6s for being alive and for finding a way to discern truth from falsehood, and then you're going to potentially roll another d6 if you want to risk potentially rolling a limitation. If you don't want to risk it, you can just roll the 2d6, but it's up to you.
I understand. I understand.
I want to risk it.
All right. So you'll roll 2d6, And then just roll 1d6 separately, so we know that that's the third one.
All right.
Oh. Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
god! All right, so that's an exact situation where this could happen.
What just happened?
Oh boy.
1, 2, and a 5.
Yeah, so you are in this moment. What's going to happen, right? So I'll describe what happens.
Yeah.
Because a 5 is a success, but you also suffer a certain effect. As you get ready to, you said you're just going to use the. Why don't we have you roll on the Lost Divinity to see if you get it? Because you're going to get to choose
Alright.
what effects you get. 14, nice. I think that's a success. So you can choose one option from the list. Which option do you want to go with? You can hide, you can stem the flow of time, you can try to unbind them from time, you can solve a puzzle of what's happening in this room.
I thought he was doing puzzle solving, wasn't he?
I
See?
changed my mind. I want to unbind him for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, so you see his form begin to like shimmer slightly. You saw that previously that shadow of Nahemoth was like completely shunted away to this demiplane that you possess. But this seems to be a different class of creature. Similar to Adrian when you faced him. You just saw like his form just sort of like flickered in place, or more or less maintained the same like time-space continuum. Wasn't shunted away, but he seemed to be disadvantaged in some way. And the same thing happens here. Because of what you did, you actually will not suffer the negative effects you would have otherwise. As you see, like, as you focus yourself and start to push this demon god just slightly outside of his base time stream, his form begins to flicker. And you see there was a second invisible tower of flame that was fixed to come down and take a swipe at you from behind in this like illusory double image. But you see he's currently constrained to that first form you guys saw him in, the pale flesh, the cape, the peacock feathers, and his form is just like shimmering ever so slightly. So that was a great turn. Very, very successful. We'll go to Kaji next. As you see, a lot of these illusions around him start to subside. There still is something in the air, like there's still some level of illusions, but they've been greatly diminished. What would you like to do?
Do I have... Remember that spirit camera I got at the very start of the game?
Mm-hmm.
Did that have a viewfinder on it?
Yeah.
I would like to look at him through the viewfinder of the spirit camera.
Okay, I'll just warn you. You know from using it before that like you need to take the picture and develop it to see the true form.
Oh, it doesn't just let me look?
No, unfortunately not. It's like it's a more analog magic item.
God, they couldn't just skip the digital. Jesus. Alright.
Magic tech always lacking behind, dude.
Yo, straight up. This is why the Muggles won. That's what makes me mad. Okay, well, if that's the case, wait, so you said the effect of his illusion has been diminished?
It seems like it has been diminished. It's not entirely gone, but I mean, the exact ramifications you aren't really sure in this moment, but like metagame, he's diminished it quite a bit from what it could have been.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, and Thaddeus, you can roll on your limitation table while Kaji thinks of what he wants to do.
D6
Yeah. Let
No,
me see.
what does he look like right now?
It's going to be another lost divinity check.
Oh. Sorry.
What does he look like right now, Tyler?
It looks like his form was diminished to the truth through what Thaddeus did, which is like this pale demonic form.
Oh, so the fire isn't like the fire tsunami's gone.
Yeah, it seems like that was an illusion, and Thaddeus just wiped it out entirely. He sort of like took his hand and swept it across in front of him, and the
Thaddeus
flames
is like-
completely diminished.
That is like late game God, bro. What did start happening?
Yeah.
This is exactly what Thaddeus specializes in.
Yeah, exactly.
Extra dimensional beings.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like the perfect counter to this enemy.
Would you consider?
So Thaddeus, unfortunately, you're gonna roll a sanity check against a devastating event
boy.
due to your limitation.
Wonderful.
But this makes sense almost, because as you like diminish this phantasmal fire. Oh my god! What the
He
fuck?
steals himself.
No way.
Yo, what the
Coming
fuck?
clutch where it
roll.
matters.
Oh my god! Dude, he's the main character. I give up. He's the protagonist. I give up.
What the
Thaddeus is the
fuck?
And
protagonist,
he
bro.
feels the evil worming his way into his brain, and he just takes a second.
I think Thaddeus is turning
No,
into
and just
John
like-
Constantine. Like no cap. Crazy. Tell me, because like all of a sudden I imagine with rolling a sanity against a vision of this magnitude, right? Is like I almost imagine he uses these spatial axes in like this game of chess against this opponent who's doing similar moves. And this would be the equivalent of like him losing his queen in chess. You manage to maneuver him into a corner and take out his basis of power, which is this illusory manipulation. But in the process, you expose yourself to this vast network of just unknowable axes of space and time, potential past, potential futures, and it threatens to drive you mad in this moment. But how does Thaddeus manage to maintain his sanity against seeing this?
What a Chad, bro. Because he's a Chad.
I think Thaddeus feels like he's just in the middle of just a dark space, an unending space of just unfathomable horror and terror, and it's like feels physical. It feels like it's physically like penetrating him, covering him in darkness from head to toe, consuming him, and I think as like the lights like dim in his like peripheral and it gets like darker, and he starts to like maybe succumb a little bit to the voices or just entertain them more. It's just too overwhelming, it's just too chaotic, it's every direction. He just hears a voice in his head that he's not done uncovering the truth, and I think he feels the flame inside him start to glow a little brighter as he like grabs like within his chest like the lamp that he feels that he still has. He still has that light in him in that fight, and he steels himself and just like digs his heels in and prepares to continue fighting, and that it won't be that easy.
And as you force this figure back, limiting his illusory capabilities, you see that despite that even, he starts to take on a myriad, perhaps hundreds of different forms at once that are just shimmering in and out of existence. You see the form of Layla al-Hazred. You see the form of your parents. You see different mocking forms, like he's trying to get a reaction out of you. You see like Layla being shot in the face. You see your parents' flesh being mutated together and pulled apart and just bloodied and eviscerated. You see your friends in turn being killed and torn apart like carrion. and you hear this voice that's emanating from this shifting figure. That's like, all you are is lie. Lie that I will expose. Flame licks up its body as it continues to try to twist and maintain that fiery form you saw previously, but it fails, and then it becomes this inverted black pyramid that starts to float to the top of the chamber. Kaji, what would you like to do?
When he's like trapped in time, can we still deal damage to him?
Yeah.
Or is he like invulnerable?
No, Thaddeus just didn't choose to do something that do damage to him per se, but you could still try to like attack him with your turn if you want.
No, I mean like if he's trapped in time, does that mean like my attacks have no effect because he's trapped in like a time space thing?
Yeah, that's a good question. You gather that physical attacks might not go through the same way.
Oh, okay. Well, let's try. Well, since he's already stopped him for me. Oh my God, is that it?
So it's still going to be. We'll keep that damage if you succeed. We're still going to use the other resolution mechanic though. So you want to because there's still illusions that are going around, but you gather that Thaddeus has limited their effects to an immense degree.
And that's why I got that. That's funny.
Exactly. We'll keep that increased damage though, because that's pretty dope. But yeah, so you're gonna have a D6. You can get another D6 if you find a way to discern truth from falsehood. You see by this point, this like inverted black pyramid starts to rise towards the top of the chamber, and all of a sudden like 6 identical inverted black pyramids appear before you, and you have an immensely difficult time discerning which one is the correct one you should hit. So if you figure out a way to discern which one's the correct one, you get an additional D6.
I'm not gonna say it, but I think I have a thematically on point way for Kaji to do it.
Don't say that, because then I railroad into thinking things.
You can also get an additional D6 just for using your Lost Divinity, but again, that comes with a potential roll if that's the highest.
His Lost Divinity wouldn't do much, because we're in the land if we're living right now. The only thing he does is, okay, let's think. Okay, so like, in terms of trying to figure stuff out, like, I can't take an action, right? Because that would be another action.
Yeah, I mean, you could potentially, you would have to replace it. Like, you could take an action to try to discern something, but this is all happening so quickly that, like, it would be that or the hurting spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me read this Lost Divinity again real quick. I don't think this would do anything. Well, what is it? Are we in hell right now?
It seems like it.
Are we in the realm of death? Would this count as a place in the realm of death?
What do you think about using?
Well, if I were to use this, how do I put this in chat?
Here, I can just look it up. Let's see.
Caleb, your webcam is going crazy. Dude, how'd you get that cool effect?
Are you looking at the find a particular place in the realm of death?
Yeah.
Where would you... Well...
His true form.
Oh, that's pretty smart. I'll say this, right? It's technically technically this place is like a crossroads. So there's a potential to have an overlap with the realm of death. So I'll just leave it up to chance. I'll say on a 4, 5, and 6, it does have an overlap.
Sure. Okay, so...
Yep. It does have an overlap.
Awesome.
Yeah. So would you like to use that to try to discern which form is which?
Yes, I would.
All right. So they're going to get a D6 for being alive. a d6 for this because this is a way to find his true form and to permanently find his true form. Would you like to use Lost Divinity as well for your other d6? It's only going to risk a limitation. Okay. So you're going to roll...
That was the whole point.
Cool. So you're going to roll 2 d6 first, and then a d6 after that.
What's his status as a...
And 5. Okay.
Figures.
All right.
Figures.
So you use your power, your Lost Divinity, to attempt to find him. I'm going to roll a Lost Divinity check to successfully do this, if you don't mind.
You want? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I hate playing this not at all.
Don't leave us hanging.
The
Did Cameron
suspense.
die again? Oh, he's not. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm rolling it? You said you were going to roll it.
No, yeah. Just
No,
roll
yeah,
a Lost
you're
Divinity
rolling.
check.
Okay, hang on. Oh, this is perfect time to freeze game. Thank you. Yeah, the character sheet's loading. You have to wait a bit longer. Lost Divinity check?
Yeah, it should be
it's
under
your
skills.
Yeah, as soon as it could you... Oh my god, thank you. Under skills. Where are you?
Where are
Wow.
you?
Crash. That's good. Might even try and
Okay.
make it.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, no.
So choose one option, but you attract spirits or other ethereal creatures who wish to drag you to the land of the dead.
Correct.
And not only
What the
that, because your die was the highest, you're gonna roll 2 limitations because you can potentially get more than one entity on your trail.
Sick. Sick. Let's go.
Oh man, this is wild. I love it though.
So how do I roll limitations again?
So you're gonna roll Lost Divinity twice now. Roll 2 more
so-
checks.
That same roll 2 more times?
Yeah. Okay, 12 and 19. Okay.
I think I
So
I
one-
avoid the super strong one.
Yeah, so one entity has found you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is so perfect. You managed to are you still going to try to use herding in this moment for your
Well,
main?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure. You can always change your mind halfway through.
I appreciate it. No, we're going for it.
Cool. So you manage to cast your herding towards this inverted black pyramid in the center towards the back. You figure, you sort of locate, you lock on to this true form.
God, I'm
And
locking
you-
in.
Yeah, and you cast forward this negative energy, this like repressed aggression, this anger, this violence you have boiling up inside from the trauma you've undergone. And you just cast it towards this this demon god, and you see it injures him, this necrotic energy that starts to eat away at this form. And you see simultaneously his form is like shifting, cycling through dozens of different images. You see Mika, you see Sarah, you see their forms begin to like wither. They're partially on fire. As towards the end of this this injury, his form dissipates entirely and it becomes this vast shadow that looms over the entire cavern, and the only thing you can see are just hundreds of eyes looking at you from this dark shadow. You definitely injured him though, as you hear this cry of pain that echoes down this cavern. That's going to be, let's see, 19 damage it looks like.
What's the
It's
point at the bottom?
26,
Yeah, what is the bottom?
I think. Wait, maybe not. Wait, let's look. Yeah, because the spell does
2d8 plus
1d6.
1d6.
So
Gotcha.
that's on the crit. It's 48 plus 2d6.
Damn.
Oh, that's
Good
great.
for it.
26.
26. That's amazing. As you see, he looks quite severely injured. by your attack. But now that he's
Nice.
in this form of shadow that expands across this. Oh, on top of that, actually, I forgot. So you got a 5. So you see in this moment. As soon as you launch this like beam of black energy towards the correct inverted pyramid, you see one of the inverted pyramids that was fake just shoots towards you in this moment like a missile. And as soon as it makes it probably within like a foot or two of you, it explodes. And this black mist envelops you and you start coughing. I'm going to have you make a fortitude save.
Okay. ちょっと待ってください。Character sheet はちょっと遅いです。Character sheet's going real slow, man. I didn't even like close it. Fortitude save?
Yeah,
You said?
fortitude save.
Let's see here.
13 is a success.
Oh, sick.
So as this mist envelops you, it's like this black mist that's like thick and cloying. You're gonna take 11 poison damage
Oh, I'm at 4 HP.
as it begins to fill your
Dang.
lungs and you begin to cough. But you gather your fortitude saved you from other potential effects as you manage to turn to your side and evade the rest of this black cloud that moves past you. Thaddeus avoids it as well. So now that we're at the top again, Thaddeus, you see this attack from Kaji did injure him. So what would you like to do?
How
So
long
there's-
is he trapped in time for, if no one asks?
1 minute with concentration.
Okay.
So if Thaddeus' concentration is broken, could be bad.
Trapped in the time
And then
frame.
there's another demon of the night or something that's spawned to the map right now.
Yeah. So
And
thanks
the
for
one he attacked was
We're like a pursuant specter, right? Like a
yeah. So only
like a
Kaji.
Basically-
Shinigami or something.
Basically, a Shinigami's coming after me.
Yeah.
But I don't know when it comes and spawns.
You
so
don't
I
know
like,
when,
the delay.
but Kaji and only Kaji hears the sound of distant horse hooves,
Oh, that's
like a rider is riding towards you. Thaddeus, what would you like to do?
negatory Ghost Rider.
am I able to hit the Peacock King, do I think, with a physical attack? Or
No, he said physical attacks wouldn't do anything
because he's
Yeah.
because he's time broken.
can I gather any useful insight about the physical location that we were fighting in? If there's anything notable, any strategic like locations, maybe like to get cover or items lying around, or just the general like what's the general
Yeah. Would you like
vibe of
to?
space we're in?
Would you like to use an action to try to like? I guess, are you just gonna try to look around and see what's around you, or you can also use an action to try to like find some sort of like pocket in space, maybe. To try
Yeah,
to.
I think he's trying to look around the surrounding area to find some advantage in this moment when he's banished, whether it's a pocket in space or a makeshift weapon lying nearby or advantage, a point that something like that. What should I roll for that?
All right, so you get a D6 for being alive. You get a D6 because you're using your spatial awareness. Would you like to use your lost divinity as well, or would you like to not do that risk?
So if I do that and succeed, I get another one of the powers. But wait, can you remind me that one more time? How that works?
Yeah. So basically, if the third die is your highest, and that's the one you use, you roll on your limitations. So there's a chance that if that's your highest die, and you roll on your limitations and you suffer psychic damage, you could lose this like effect you're putting on him, which would be bad. But the odds of that happening are probably, they're not super high, but like it has happened twice in a row.
Happened twice. Every single time we've used it.
Yeah.
Law of averages. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna.
All right.
Go cancel out.
So roll
Let's
2d6
go,
and then
baby.
1d6 separately.
Okay.
What was that about averages?
All right.
Wait.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it, dude.
So with the 4, so you're gonna roll on your limitations again. So you're gonna roll a lost divinity roll. Oh my god!
He is him.
How many mad ones?
Dude, how?
Excited.
He's John
Yo,
Constantine, I swear to God.
Timmy,
Way.
come on,
It's the mustache.
Timmy,
Ray.
dude,
It's the
come on.
mustache. It's the lucky mustache.
That's crazy.
Bro,
He's the main character, dude.
what is that?
That's crazy.
He is him.
I think
him.
Kaji looks over and he
Oh my goodness.
can see like a glowing aura around Thaddeus. Maybe from the lamp, maybe not, but fighting with the light. But then as you pan up, you just see that his eyes are just completely like dark and focused, not in a menacing way, but in a just like cold as ice, just completely like
He's
focused
locked in.
and well, yeah, he's locked in. He won't be rocked.
That in
That's
Thaddeus' head.
insane.
You're not that guy, bro. You're not that guy.
What, you are that guy? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And just to convey the magnitude of this moment, right? This is a demon god that has powers of like manipulating time and space. And here's this mortal that's just on the opposite end of the chessboard, moving his pieces to beat him in succession.
I'm gonna
It's
learn
just
from him
insane.
and use it against
And you hear this voice amidst this like maddening array of colors and sound that's like, how is this possible for a human? And he's just trying to like manipulate his way to attack you. And with a 4, you see that now he's assumed this form of just this human man with golden green skin. He's about 7 or 8 feet tall. He throws his hand down and it simultaneously turns into a pile of snakes. And they go to bite you. I'll have you roll a fortitude save.
Yo, you're shedding his boss phases.
He's cycling through 'em. That's just a success.
We rolled the same amount.
So you're going to take 10 poison damage as this bundle of snakes just latches onto your shoulder and you just get infected with this astral venom. You feel it pulsing on multiple planes of existence through your arm. As like bad memories are coursing through your head, as like physical pain in this moment are also coursing through your veins. And we go back to Kaji in this moment. Oh, you said you also wanted to try to find like a spatial pocket, right? So, or an interesting feature about the area. Like I mentioned previously, it's really hard to like convey this easily, right? But like this chamber is essentially flipped in sort of like a pentagram fashion. Like there are 5 planes that are all converging onto one. Parallel pathways that were used as illusions to trap the other members of the party, though you don't really know this at the moment. But with that roll, you find one of the parallel pathways, and you find Remy's pocket dimension. You sense this person that's like, what's up?
Oh, that's crazy.
You found Remy's pocket dimension. Am I still in there? Is he
Yeah.
gonna pop in and say hi?
You find this like hallway that's been through illusory means transformed into this like infinite black ocean, and you sense this figure there. And do you move to this pocket or to the threshold between the 2 spaces?
Sorry to rain on this parade, but doesn't he need to make a concentration saving throw from taking the poison?
Oh, he
damage?
does. Yeah,
And
you're
he
right.
needs to make two of those, whatever the heck checks, right? Because his highest die was the divinity check.
He just needs to make one, because I think you weren't using.
He didn't use his divinity power.
Yeah, I don't think
just
he
Oh,
used
he didn't
it
use.
as a
Okay.
plan.
Yeah, I think you were just trying to find something, right, with your spatial awareness.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, your
Correct.
spatial awareness
So I'm
allows
making
you.
a will saving throw.
You're
No,
gonna
you're
make.
making a constitution check.
Yeah,
Fortitude, yeah.
yeah.
Fortitude,
First,
whatever
we'll do fortitude first. So you're gonna want to get. Okay, it's a success. Crazy.
I had faith.
Yes.
This is crazy plot armor. I did not anticipate. No.
The main character. The
Crazy.
Ascension.
The Ascension.
I am Constantine reborn.
Okay, so now you're just gonna roll Lost Divinity for the limitation. This could also result in damage that would cause a save, but we'll see.
Is this random, or do I want to roll high on this?
You want to roll high on this.
Wait, is this? Hang on. What was the first lost divinity for?
Oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
He can't be beat.
Oh, wait a
Can't
minute.
be beat.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, you already rolled for
No,
your
you,
Lost
you
Divinity.
already.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah,
what,
yeah.
that's what the nat 20 was for.
Yeah. No.
Well, no, isn't
Still-
this a limitation that he's rolling?
No, because he
I don't know what the word.
that he rolled that lost divinity because he got the 4 as the highest one. He didn't use
Yeah,
the lost divinity
I
power to give him another.
Yeah, I thought
thing.
that was for the prior turn, but I think that was actually for the limitation. I think we already rolled that.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Um,
that's where I was.
Either way,
confused.
it's a success. Just crazy. As you begin to
Yes,
make
Seth,
your
you
way
can't
towards
beat
the
Thaddeus, apparently.
you make your way towards the side of this flesh wall, and you maneuver your hand, and like passing through it like a shadow, you just pass through, and simultaneously, Remy, you see this hand emerge from just pure darkness, grab you, and just start to pull you through.
Is this after I absorb Torgarini?
Yes, yeah.
I think with his newfound confidence, he's gonna get pulled along with the hand.
And you're pulled out into this fight. You see this figure that's like this tall, maybe
Something.
7 or 8 feet tall figure with a golden green skin. Looks like some like Roman or Greek god of some legend that's just towering over them.
It's the river god.
So that will take us to Kaji. What would you like to do on your turn?
Looks at Remy. Hey, Doc.
It's the river god. I just got that. TPK time, baby.
Okay, so I just witnessed Thaddeus do some more insanity. Right. Okay, so you said his form was. He's a big lizard now. Is that what? Or a big like?
Looks like a big like demigod. He looks like some sort of Roman or Greek envisioned figure.
Hey, Seth. You know how last round you said there was a thematic way for Kaji to find out which black box was it? What was it? I could not think of it.
That was when like the fire was still around. I was gonna suggest for him to literally just light himself on fire to see which parts were real and which parts weren't.
I mean, no, okay, the fire was out though, I think at that point. Okay, so what can we do here?
You hear the horse hooves drawing closer as well. I love this. This is so chaotic.
Okay, big play.
Another
big play.
enemy coming in. I love it.
Okay, can you remind me how this spell works?
Okay, yeah, you can just change your form into whatever you'd like.
Dragon.
If I try to match his form, will I match the illusion, or will the spell only match the real part of the form?
Are you trying? I mean, you can imitate whatever form you'd like.
I didn't know if like the spell would like auto lock onto like the real form to turn into, or if it just like copies whatever's in front of it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's a very interesting way to try to go about it. I like that. almost like a homing beacon.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
it'll only change into the real portion.
That's cool. I like that's very creative. So I'll reward that. So you're gonna get a D6 for being alive. This is a very valid way of finding him. The only thing is that is going to take an action though. So I guess is there something
Remy's
else?
here.
Yes, yeah, Remy is here. You could also
Remy's
do
here.
something something minor on your turn as well.
He's
Okay.
pooping.
If you want to maybe like tell Remy something or like try to just study your immediate surroundings, that's also an
Remy would
option.
like a debrief on the situation. To be honest, he kind of got pulled in
Send
here.
him the
Well,
dossier.
I will debrief. Give Remy a debrief. I can do that.
Yeah,
We're
what do
just
you
information fighting
scream
right now.
out to him in this moment?
He's not real. I know.
Just to add more confusion.
Just point. Illusion monster. We fight. Break illusion.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good enough. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna try that. And then, since I'm probably gonna get knocked out this round anyway, I may as well just try. I may as well just add the Lost Divinity dice to it one more time.
All right. So that's gonna. You can roll 2d6 and then 1d6 separately.
I roll 3 separate d6.
Yeah, that's fine.
I feel like rolling 2 at a time just somehow makes the luck worse. Well, maybe not. Oh,
It's
Oh,
always
you can't make
the
this shit
lost
up,
divinity
dude.
guy.
Why is it always that one?
Shit up, dude.
I think the game wants this encounter to be as dramatic as possible and as chaotic as possible.
Okay, so that means I just have to roll a limitation, right?
Yeah, so you can roll Lost Divinity on your limitations table. What if we get another entity chasing you? This is crazy.
What? The...
3, 2, 1, go! Oh my!
Another entity.
I hear the host double and count.
You can no, better yet, you hear the hooves. And then you hear the sound of what sounds like an electric guitar in the distance.
What is happening?
What the fuck?
That might be an upgrade, dude. I mean, it's like your own theme song.
Being chased by like Ozzy Osbourne or something.
Fucking Metallica's coming after me.
Slash is coming.
Okay, so that's wild. So let's process this. So you change into this figure, and you see in this moment, like, all of a sudden there are like 3 or 4 of these tall golden green skinned figures. They look like Empyreans, like Greek gods. But you see as they begin to like arrange around each other, their flesh begins to morph and weld into each other, and it's just like a pure body horror type image. And it's just pure confusion as well. You have no idea where the correct version of this figure starts and where it ends. But as you sort of like cast about your Obake body warping, eventually, focused on one part of this vestigial organ, you morph into the correct version, into the true form of the Peacock King. And you lock on to that as the correct form.
Okay, so in this form, I'm gonna look at Remy and just hit this one. Just point at myself. Hit this one.
I'm gonna just say I attack the one when it gets to my turn. I'm gonna attack the one that Kaji pointed to.
Okay.
Because you said hit this one, and then you pointed to yourself, which, if there are 2 of you and you said yourself, that is still ambiguous.
You see by
Oh,
this point,
Yeah, you got it.
you see by this point the figure's like this mass of Lovecraftian golden green limbs is now morphing into a huge shimmering orb, and it's flashing with all the colors of the rainbow simultaneously in this maddening display of colors and lights and sound. But you see that there's one portion that Kaji is pointing to that appears to be the correct one to target amidst this huge orb. So what would you like to do, Remy? I'll have you tell me your intention first before we roll.
Dude, there's an electric car in the background and RGB. Are we just fighting in my room?
Wait, so I can't,
Guitar,
I can't hear any of
Part of disco music, dude. We're
I
at the
can't-
disco.
I can't sense the entities that are chasing Kaji, right? That's
It's just
him.
me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They won't go after anyone else, just me.
Yeah. And Kaji's looking pretty bruised.
Yeah, him and
Oh.
Thaddeus are both looking damaged.
Okay. I'm gonna healing word on who has the lamp? That's Vinny, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna healing word Thaddeus.
Okay, so you get a d6 for being alive. Do you have a way of discerning truth from falsehood in this moment? I guess I'll give it to you that Kaji maybe helped you with that. I think that since you used his whole turn to do that, I'll say you get that d6 for free. So, would you like to use your additional d6 for Lost Divinity with the risk that you might have to roll on your limitations table?
A 100% chance risk.
I know, every
No.
time so far.
Based on current rolls, I'm good. Alright, so what am I rolling? Total?
2d6 and then 1d6 separate from that.
Wait, no, he's
Roll
not
one-
doing it.
Wait,
Oh, you're not doing
one-
it.
so-
Okay, so just 2d6.
No, 1d6, 2d6.
2d6.
Yeah.
I think we still have a couple
Nice.
of...
10.
Wow.
Okay, so 5. Okay. So you said you're using healing word, right?
Yep.
All right, so you can heal your allies for that amount. So you basically just can put through the spell as normal.
Okay.
On top of that,
Ooh, wow.
Wow.
in this moment, you're sort of like facing this huge orb that's just like color banding all these rainbow colors at once, and it starts to light up and pulse like a mini sun. And all of a sudden, this one color, we see it swipe visually across Remy, and it just leaves what looks like radiation burns across his chest, like he was hit by some sort of solar ray. I'll have you make a fortitude save, Remy.
Fortitude save. 11.
You got luck dice?
We still got like what, 2 people who haven't used their luck dice?
I still have
I-
luck die.
level.
I still have my luck die.
Would you like to use it?
Sure. Is it 1d6 you said?
Yep, 1d6.
Don't get a 1.
Why'd you say anything?
A 12 is just a pass.
Oh my god.
So you're
thank God.
immensely lucky.
I thought you needed a 13.
But with that, you take 8 fire damage
Oh, Jesus Christ.
as this like radiation burn appears across your chest, almost like an intense sunburn from this like color that swept across you. Let me think. I think that's it, because you didn't use your divinity, so you don't
Yep.
have to roll on that. So that's great. So you get that healing. And which person are you gonna heal again?
Oh, I healed Thaddeus.
Cool.
You have 6 health, I think. Right?
Thank you. Yeah, I added it.
At the start of this new round, you see a figure emerge at the far side of this hallway. Looks to be a rider on a horse. Looking down, Kaji, because you're the only one that can see this figure, as it is a pure death spirit. You see this figure that's atop this like what looks like a medieval cavalry horse that's emblazoned with like medieval imagery, like plated armor, and you see this shirtless, pale-skinned, but it looks like maybe he painted himself with some sort of white paint, with like bits of armor around and like a huge mace that he's twirling and twirling in his hand. He looks to be like some sort of, maybe like a Celtic or a pagan deity that begins to ride towards you, and you see there's black smoke billowing out of his horse's eyes. This is what this figure looks like.
I'm a little sad you didn't make him a Shinigami, but that is terrifying. I'm closing that image. Jesus Christ.
You see these blood red eyes, and he's like twirling his mace in one hand, and he's like, "Looks like I found you." And he just stirrups his horse and just begins riding down the hallway towards you. He hasn't quite made it to you yet, but he will make it to you next turn. So now you have 2 enemies to contend with, and you hear the guitar music getting louder from the other side of the hall.
Oh dear.
Crazy. So we'll start with you this turn, Kaji. What would you like to do?
A question, right?
Yeah.
I can only see them, but can they affect anything else in the world around them?
You're not sure. You haven't encountered one of these creatures before.
Okay. Okay, so what's Big Baddie doing right now?
Like I said, Big Baddie is this huge shimmering orb, just flashing with the colors of the rainbow continuously, and it looks like he's able to like hit nearby people with radiation beams as he's cycling through these colors.
Okay, so all I have to do. I am. How far away is the horse dude from me?
He's probably like 60 feet. But he's galloping towards you, his eyes locked onto you, and he's just swinging his mace.
His movement speed will probably get him to me by the next turn.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
He's on
so
a horse.
By next turn, I just need to make sure that when the big guy attacks me, he's between me and it. Okay. Well, for now, I mean, I can't really do. What can I even do in this scenario? Okay. What can I do? Oh. What's the range on this? Oh, it's a fucking melee attack. That's useless. Is it this one? Okay, well, you know what? Since I'm just gonna attack the dude on the horse.
Okay. So it'll still be the same resolution mechanic. So you'll get a d6 for being alive. For the... Let me see. How would you like to discern truth from falsehood in this moment? You see your surroundings are morphing so much that, like, you can't really tell when he's going to reach you to time your attack correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you determine his correct distance from you in this moment? Or do you? Do you want to just roll the single d6?
Could I just, like, take a quick look at, like, the elevation loss of the floor and see if there's an effect? I really don't know.
Yeah, it's fine if you can't, like, think of anything. So that'll be...
Yeah, just give me the d6.
Yeah,
Screw it.
would you like to use your Lost Divinity as well to get that extra d6?
No.
Okay. So it'll be a single d6.
What? Don't want more party members, dude?
On the one hand, I'm like, he's probably gonna die anyway. On the other hand, like, I really don't. It's just gonna drag it out even longer.
What does Remy see Kaji do when he's like striking this thing?
You see him look down the hall and just lose the color in his face, like he's seen a ghost.
Yeah.
Which I am. All right, so I'm rolling a d6.
Yeah, this is scary. Oh man.
What did I? Oh dear. Wow.
Oh wow.
A
Okay,
4.
you're lucky. That's still in the success range.
Is
So-
it? Oh.
Yeah. So, you said you're gonna try to attack this entity on the horse. Okay.
Yeah.
You see, he's like smiling. He's got these blood red eyes, and he's just riding towards you to try to get his prey. What do you do to attack him?
Oh, can I? I was gonna cast a spell.
Okay, yeah, just throw whatever spell you want in the chat.
Where the hell to go? Oh, screw it. I'm not a warlock. I got spell slots.
Awesome. So you cast forward another beam of just this dark hatred condensed into a beam of energy. As you throw it forward, you see it hits this rider. He gets hit in the shoulder, and it kind of throws him off a little bit. So he grabs the reins harder and clenches his teeth. You've definitely injured him quite a bit, but he's continuing his ride towards you.
Understood. I got 2 more of those I can use.
And you see with that, having turned and having cast that energy towards him, you were distracted momentarily. As this huge shimmering orb in the hallway is all of a sudden morphed into this form of a serpent and a peacock together. Not a hybrid of these two, but rather both of them manifesting simultaneously in one another. This impossible form that's manifesting in this hallway ahead of you. And it is just maddening trying to discern what is illusion and what is real at this point.
Is it like looking through a kaleidoscope,
Yes.
kind of?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Whoa.
That will take us back to Thaddeus. What would you like to do on this turn? You see Kaji throw this black beam down the hallway for seemingly no reason.
Yeah, okay, Jesus Christ.
Well, I think Thaddeus, he doesn't understand necessarily the interconnectedness, I guess, of like the pentagram, but he knows that last turn he was, in looking for something, he was able to find Remy and add him to the fight, so that was a huge bonus. So he's gonna try to do the same thing, not necessarily because he thinks like, oh, I gotta go to the other one of the 5 to get the other people, but just that he might be able to find another party member or useful item, or but he's gonna try that again just because that's a huge advantage to our side. So if he can find someone or something else again, especially if Kaji is distracted, maybe, I don't know, that could be helpful. So.
Kaji's fighting his demons, right?
Yeah, by the way, I'll have you make a fortitude save. I forgot to do that, but you see this like spectral snake in the snake-peacock combination lunges at Kaji and tries to take a bite out of you, Kaji. So I'll have you roll a fortitude save. Oh, great. All right, so you're going to take 9 poison damage.
I'm down.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, this is going to be wild, right?
My butthole's clenched.
You get, in this game, you get 1 death save. So, essentially, let me just double check here.
One second. I remember some Tyler rules, but what did that reduce you to? Like, in the terms of negatives?
4 minus 9 is -5.
Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, because I know, like, we could use the luck points to reduce damage by however much you roll, but there's only one person with the luck.
Yeah,
at this point in time, so it'd be kind of risky.
So next turn, so you're down now. You're gonna make 1 death save on your next turn, and if you fail, you die.
Oh, what the heck?
Yep.
Whoa. Wait, why is that can you clarify that one time?
Essentially, there's just 1 death save. So normally, if you go down, you make a death save on your next turn. Kaji will just make 1, and if he succeeds, he lives.
Oh, Jesus.
If he fails, he dies.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
And that might even be
between then.
Yes.
Between now and then.
And that might even be flavored as like one of these entities grabbing your soul and taking it to the lands of the dead. It could be something like that.
Well, if
But
it's not
the
resolved
stakes
in
are high.
12, if it's not resolved in 12 minutes, we're not gonna find out till next session.
That might be the cliffhanger. Who knows?
Yeah, it probably will be.
Damn, that's a wild turn. Okay, so Thaddeus, you see Kaji go down. But simultaneously, you said you were gonna try to find another pocket, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or would you like to change that now that Kaji's down?
Find the pocket.
I don't know.
Oh,
finding
Remy
Benji could
gets to go
help.
after me.
Yeah.
Before. Is Remy right next to Kaji still? Or no? Or how? Like.
Remy is right next to you. But you guys are all in the same zone, so it's, you know, you're within like walking distance of each other.
I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna turn to Remy and tell him to. You know, he healed me. See.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
And I'm gonna try to
Find
get
another
some
pocket.
advantage here. Yeah.
All right. D6 for being alive. D6 because you're using your spatial awareness, which directly finds the truth in this situation. Would you like to use Lost Divinity?
Oh man.
Would you?
Don't.
Would you?
Unless you want to ride this string of luck.
Catch a ride.
I'm not
That's
able
right.
to interfere with anything.
Remind me of the potential risks and potential rewards.
Yeah, so
each.
basically if you use a die for Lost Divinity, if that's your highest die in your pool, you're going to roll on your limitation, which for you it's called Maddening Foresight. So
Right.
if you roll a 9 or less on that, you're going to roll a sanity check against a devastating event, which would potentially lose concentration on limiting this myriad forms that this demon god is capable of possessing. But even though it's not like the more likely scenario, somehow it's always happened. Like the past
I'll tell you
3 or 4
this.
turns.
If you don't use your channel divinity, you have a 75% chance that you'll get a 4, 5, or 6 on one of those dice.
Yeah, and you guys haven't gotten a 6 yet, so you don't know what a total success means. But there is that possibility. There's also a possibility you get a failure, which you guys haven't gotten yet.
Thanks for that,
I'm
Tyler.
gonna go for it. So it's 2d6 and then the third.
Oh, you're going for
Or
it.
do I do
Okay.
it?
Yeah,
He's
so it's gonna be
going for it.
it's gonna be 2d6 and then 1d6 rolled separately.
I don't know what I'm looking for here. Okay, let's see. Roll it. Oh.
Okay, so we got a 4. Roll another
What does
d6.
that mean?
Does a tie fail? If I get a
Um,
4 here, I need to get
Well,
a 3.
Well, it's at least like the minor success variant. So you actually want to roll. You actually want to roll lower, I think.
Lower than a 4.
Alright,
Because if
well,
if the divinity one is your highest roll, then that means you have to roll one of the
That's right.
whatever they're called.
Well,
What does that mean?
let's see it.
However, a
Dang.
6 is a total
man.
success. So you're not
That
going to
means-
suffer any damage from the demon god's manifestations.
Okay.
Oh, 6 was good?
Yes.
It's good and
Oh, I
bad.
thought six
Oh.
was bad. Wait,
wow.
I'm confused.
But now you need to roll a limitation. That's
Now you
like
need to
the
roll a
bad
limitation. However,
But if I'd rolled a 5, it would have been. Okay.
However, on a 6, if you use your Lost Divinity if your Lost Divinity is your highest and you roll a 6, you also get a free power from your Enlightenment.
Long.
So you'll
So
get
what am I?
you'll
I'm
get that
rolling
as well.
a
So just
Lost Divinity right now.
yep, yeah, you'll roll that for your limitation first. Oh no. Okay, so roll a
That's
sanity
what's
check.
in the water. Lost divinity.
It's gonna be a pretty high DC. It's gonna be DC 20 to beat this because it's a
What?
it's a devastating
Yeah.
event.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, that's not
Oh
happening.
god!
Man.
Oh god!
Your pro tag luck ran out.
So immediately you're gonna take 7 psychic damage.
Oh boy.
What does that put you at for
And-
HP?
10.
Okay,
He has to make that concentration check too.
you do,
'cause he
yeah,
takes damage.
yeah.
Wait, hang on. Just
So it's gonna be DC 10, I believe.
Yeah.
Fortitude.
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 and you can't use luck dice on sand checks.
Oh,
Yeah.
no!
Use luck dice on fortitude saves though.
You can use luck dice on fortitude
Yes.
saves. Who's
I
got
don't
luck
have any
dice?
If anyone has
Who
any
wants
left.
to try to give his luck die over.
Come on, Caleb.
Yeah,
There's
why not?
6 minutes left.
Yeah. Oh,
Come
he
on.
has to get a 3 or
All
higher.
3 or above.
Otherwise, we're all gonna.
D6.
Otherwise, you're gonna be joining me in.
Oh,
Nice, 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 nice.
Jesus Christ!
Wow. Jesus
So you maintain it.
Christ.
But I'm gonna rule this sanity check is you turn just even momentarily to try to find a new pocket of space where one of your allies might be. And you see this demon god has sadistically changed his form into this profane amalgamation of Quincy and Priscilla Blackwell, your parents,
Oh.
like splitting off, their flesh being torn backwards, peeled like paper. And it just it's you know it's an illusion. You know it's not real, but something about it just distracts you and deals you mental damage. But somehow you manage to still maintain this suppression. Maybe you're even emboldened by how much of a bastard this demon is, and you're just holding him in place as you reach into a pocket. And Benji, you see a hand come through,
Yes. Worth it.
grab you, and pull you into this new space, this hallway of flesh. Which is great. You also get, you can choose one of the options from your enlightenment, and you get that for free on this turn
Me
Oh.
or him?
because you rolled a 6 on that
Uh,
die.
Yeah, the 6 for that.
So you can solve a puzzle of the illusion. You can bind another creature from time. You can stem the flow of time, or you can hide yourself between worlds. Those are kind of the options.
What would happen if? What does stemming the flow of time mean?
It grants a surprise round against any opponents and permits your side in combat to win initiative automatically.
Okay.
It's not as big of an effect in this combat, but in a normal combat,
What would
that'd
happen
be
if
huge.
he? What would happen if he unbound Kaji from time?
That could be a way of going about it. It would save him from physical damage for sure.
At least for, like, while he's unbound. Like, if he's unbound from time, would he be able to die? Like, while he's unbound?
Yeah, these are questions that you don't know the answer to. What happens when someone's committed to the flash dimension? You don't know. Is it death? Is it stasis?
Yeah, I'm gonna stem the flow of time. I'm gonna pick that one.
I will warn you, it might not be as effective as like a normal combat because there's no like initiative really. I know I started with initiative, but like you're just kind of making movements and reacting to what's happening. But if you have a way to like flavor that to give you an advantage, I definitely will be open to it. What did you have in mind by using that?
Honestly, I was just thinking. Utilize that extra round to get Kaji back up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can use it to. Yeah, I like that actually. I'll say you can use that to grant yourself a normal round. So a round with like normal attacks, not this resolution mechanic. So if someone wants to go up and like try to heal Kaji, like no one's gonna suffer damage this round.
I was gonna say that's good because then Remy can heal
that's
Kaji.
pretty cool.
I can do it.
I think that makes sense because you're stemming the flow of time to try to give yourself time in this encounter.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, you see everything, for all of you that are up, you see around, like, everything appears like it's moving in slow motion. And you have a moment to act, a moment to think, a moment to do something before time resumes to its normal pace. That's a great use of that ability. In this moment, you bring through Benji. Benji, you emerge in this hallway, but we'll go next to Remy. What does Remy do in this moment?
Remy is gonna heal Kaji with Healing Word.
Awesome. So you can roll that.
I'm gonna cast this at level 2. 9 hit points.
Nice.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Whoa.
Nice.
So do I go to 9 or 4 because I'm at -5?
You're 9, I think.
You just get 9,
okay.
yeah.
Thank God.
But yeah, you resuscitate Kaji with your magic, and Kaji, you see in the distance this slow motion figure of a horse rider still making his way towards you, but slowed.
Okay.
You also see appearing at the opposite end of the hall this figure in a leather jacket,
Sick.
a black shirt,
Sick.
guitar strung around his shoulder, and his face is also seemingly pale. You don't know if that's like a common theme with these spirits, but he has just like a streak of black paint that comes down across, and one of his eyes is just a black hole. But he's playing some guitar notes. This is what this guy looks like.
Why are my
Oh
spirit,
shit!
why are my spirit entities
Yeah.
just Kiss like the band? Compared to me?
This has to be as metal as possible.
That's true. It's fucking metal as fuck, dude.
Like a Slipknot album or something.
Yeah.
But you see both of the death spirits lock eyes with each other. And you gather one of them is going to try to grab you. And they're going to have to compete for who gets you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They all want you.
They
That'll,
both want you.
That'll
want
take
to
us back
read
to... we'll go to Benji now that you're in this combat.
Oh shit,
Well,
it's
that
already
was
8
really
o'clock. Fuck.
Up and good. I mean, surveying the area now that I'm here. Does anybody else need some heals?
I think Kaji and Thad are still like damaged.
I'm about half. I got 10.
You can also try
I'm
to
at-
attack the
Yeah,
giant
attack
blob
the
monster.
giant blob monster. He's
Yeah.
already hurt.
Alright, I guess so.
What is his form at this point, Tyler? Because I know there was like another success. So did he shift out of this like combined peacock snake form into something else?
Yeah,
Tyler,
he's like
gonna have
like I said, he's transforming into Quincy and Priscilla Blackwell.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
It's like
Okay.
dual fleshed form. Yeah, what's up?
Disgusting.
I'm gonna have to exit out now because I don't want to keep my coworkers waiting because they've been waiting 2 hours for me to eat.
Gotcha. Would you be down to stay on for
Yeah.
like a minute?
Yes, I do have a minute.
Cool. We'll get through this round and I'll narrate what happens.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, well, if you guys think I should just attack away, I'll probably just go Scorched Earth.
Nice. All right. So you set the ground ablaze by this unholy amalgam of Quincy and Priscilla Blackwell, and it screeches in this slow-motioned pitch in its voice. It's going to make a save against that. Against DC 15. It is an 18, so that is a success. It doesn't take any half damage, right?
No, I believe so.
Gotcha. So you see it like kind of leers back in this moment, and it's not fully caught on fire. It's just slightly scorched. Would you like to do anything else on your turn?
No, that'll be all.
cool. And at the start of this new round, we see this horseman, this rider of death, begin to ride towards Kaji, swinging this mace. From the opposite side, we see this makeup-clad guitar player begin to strum some notes on his guitar. Kaji begins to feel a little bit uneasy as he approaches.
Can I
this-
flavor that as him
Yeah.
playing? Let's see, what should he be playing? Oh, you can pick between "Don't
Smoke
Fear
on
the Reaper"
water.
by Blue Oyster
Wonderwall.
Cult, or
Wonderwall.
"Angel of Death" by Slayer. Those are two good ones.
Yeah, we'll do "Don't Fear the Reaper" because I love that song.
I figured you'd pick that one.
But yeah, we hear somehow there's cowbell coming from the far edge of the hallway. As these two figures face off, who is gonna get the prey in the center? Kaji, amidst this just scintillating, just constantly revolving illusory hallway, and this creature that's imitating the dead forms of Thaddeus' parents in a way to mock you. That's where we'll leave off. A wild
The
situation.
level of guitar here.
I know. Absolute
This
craziness.
blob monster's not fun.
Yeah, that's a